it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today we have a fun video. It is our September 2021 Patreon kit tutorial. Now, if you're not familiar with what our Patreon kit tutorial is, we do these every month, and for the month you get a bunch of SVGs, which are available if you get the kit, whether you get the kit or not. As long as you're a $4 or more a month patron, you get access to all of these SVGs, plus plenty more. And you can cancel at any time, and you have access to all the old stuff too, so that's kind of a good deal. But for this month's kit, we are using a black Tooltech shirt. Now, if you do decide to sign up for the kit level, the standard shirt that we send out is a large, and if you need anything different, message us on Patreon and we can change that for you. And then we are using DecoSparkle HTV this month because all the SVGs are based on fall and Halloween, and these are fun. So we are going to be using DecoSparkle Silver, Orange, Rainbow, Green, and Purple. So, and before we jump over and I get into the rest of the tutorial, I did want to let you know that the weekly WOW sale for this week is 30% off all glow in the dark, and now's the time to get it. Halloween's right around the corner. You know, it's a great material for that. And that sale ends on Sunday, August 22nd, 2021 at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, if you give me a moment to change the camera angle, I will go over how to make it. As you can see, I'm on my Patreon page, and here is our September 2021 Patreon SVGs. Now, as you can see, it's labeled our August the 16th of 2021 tutorial. So as long as you're a $4 or more a month patron, you get access to all of these. And if you're a $10 or more a month patron, you have commercial access to these. So I'm gonna choose one of my SVGs. Now, I've actually already downloaded them all, but you just click on it and it saves. Now, I have older tutorials showing you the same process using a PC. So now that that's downloaded, I'm going to go over here to Cricut Design Space. I'm going to go to a new project. There we go. I'm going to go to Upload, Upload Image, Browse. Now, all of my files are in my downloads folder, so I'll kind of click through them so you can see. So we have Fabulous. Now, you're not going to see the white part, but it always looks different unless it's got outlines around it. The Halloween, the Skull Mandala, the Spooky Vibes, and Stay Spooky. I think I want to use my Halloween SVG, so I'm going to go ahead and click Open. There we go. Upload. Select my image, Insert Image. Okie dokie. So isn't that the cutest thing? Okay, so first thing I want to go ahead and do is I want to take my purple pieces and we want to go ahead and weld them. That just makes things so much easier. And then I'm going to take and do the same thing with my orange pieces because they're going to stay in the same spot. And the green. Okay, so I'm going to take and minimize, like take my eye off so I can't see anything except for the spider web portion, and I'm going to select that and weld it. There we go. Now we can make it where our image is seen again. Isn't that the cutest? And especially when you put this over a black shirt, it's going to be adorable. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on Make It. And we are going to use on the mat, since I am using the Deco Film holographics. So I want to make sure I mirror each of the pieces. There we go. So Halloween. Okay, everything's ready to go. So I'm going to click Continue. Might take a second for it to pick up the maker. Okay, let's see if it's in the popular, or is it, didn't save it. Okay, so popular, do I have, nope. Okay, so I'm going to go to Browse All Materials. So if it doesn't show a material you're looking for, go to Browse. So as you can see, I'm choosing holographic. So I'm going to choose holographic heat transfer. I'm going to add that to my favorites. Click Done. I do want to remember to use these same settings. Okay. There we go. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, I will show you how to put this shirt together. So as you can see, I have my shirt on my heat press, and I saved one of the colors so we could weed it on camera so you could see how it does. Now I did weed the outside part just because time, but just to kind of show you, and then because the DecoSparkle is a little bit different to work with than your normal, you know, heat transfer vinyls, because it is a little bit more plasticky, because that's how you are able to get those true holographic colors and such. So that is part of it. So if you see, like if I'll show you up here, you can see that that is much more plasticky sounding as well. So just in case you're wondering, that's why. Now the heat press is heated to 300 degrees for 11 seconds, because the time recommended for the DecoSparkle is 300 degrees for 10 to 12 seconds. So I normally, like if it says something like that, until I'm used to the material and know exactly like how it reacts, I typically will split the time between the two, because, you know, the more you work with materials and work with your heat press, because that's part of it. And that's one thing I always try to tell people is you go by the manufacturer's recommendations, but then you have to sometimes play with your heat press or your iron, because you think you got it set right and it's not, if that makes sense. It's just part of the nature of the beast. So that, as I said, that's just part of it, you know. You learn to deal. Now, one thing I will do is, as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, there are a couple of little places where the vinyl broke, where there's a seam, so I have to kind of go back and make sure I grab all that excess out of there. Not anything major to do though. I mean, it's really not super hard. It's just making sure everything is out so it's smooth. Now, one thing I will say is, if you do see any places where like the purple, you could see it from the backside, like if the sticky removed off of it, you don't have to worry about that, because without there being the backing on it, it will not stick. Okay, so I'm gonna take my t-shirt. I have my t-shirt guide. So as you can see, I'm gonna take the Halloween. Okay. And I am pulling my shirt a little bit further off, as you can tell, because the Halloween design, this design, the pumpkin comes up quite a bit above the Halloween. So I want to make sure there's enough room between it and the collar. But I know that this looks a little crazy right now, but it always ends up working out. And one thing about the holographic is it might look a little dark on here, but once you actually like remove the plastic and all that fun kind of stuff, it doesn't. Now, another thing I will say is this week's weekly wow sale, I'll remind you again, is 30% off all of the glow in the dark HTV, and that sale ends on Sunday, August 22nd at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, this is a cold peel vinyl, so you do want to wait till it cools, kind of like when you're working with the Deco Film Soft Metallic. Again, it helps keep you from like ripping up your design, all that. Now, because this is a bit heavier of a vinyl, I do recommend that you, since it is a little bit heavier, I wouldn't recommend using this with like a full thick design, if that makes sense. I do recommend, that's just the heat press, but I do recommend using it with something that's a little bit thinner like this is, because it does, so that way it doesn't weigh down the shirt, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. Got a lot that we're dealing with. Anyways. Flip the heat press off, turn it back on. That's the only issue I'm starting to have with this heat press, in case you're wondering. This is the Hotronix Air Fusion. Every once in a while I get pressure malfunctions, but it is a heat press and she gets used quite a bit, and she is getting older. Okay. See how cute that looks? I love it. And that is just leftover sticky from doing direct garments. Doesn't hurt anything, so just ignore that. Okay. Now we can attach our orange layer. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it looks odd, but once you start to really get the whole thing in place, it doesn't. That's the fun of this. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I really do love working with all these materials. And for me, this is what keeps it interesting. I like having a lot of different materials, variety, that kind of thing. I love how this is coming out though. Okay. Don't you love that? You can see what I'm saying about it being more holographic. You can definitely see the color shifts on here. There we go. We're gonna cover and heat one more time. But there we go. But yeah. The glow-in-the-dark heat transfer vinyl, that sale, as I said, ends on Sunday, August 22nd of 2021 at 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place, and I'm not trying to be, y'all. If I am, forgive me. As I said, we've got a lot going on, and once I have some news, I will let you know. But yeah, look how cute. Like, I love this. What do you think? So remember, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I do a live. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.